Yechi Adonai Moren Rabbeinu Melech HaMashiach Ha'ilam Vaed. So the parsha is Matos.M, 1991. The Rebbe Melech HaMashiach is asking a question. We always, La'olam, forever, we always finish Sefer B'Midbar, Matos.M, during the three weeks. We say chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek. We say chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek during the 3 weeks. How does that go together? Chazak, chazak is inyan of chazaka. Rebbe says we complete the whole Torah because Sefer B'Midbar is really the end of the Torah. Sefer Dvarim is only repeating the 4 books, but B'Midbar finishes. How is it that we say chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek during the 3 weeks? Inyan of chazaka, inyan of simcha. It gives us a chizuk for all the inyan, the ganze inyanim of Torah mitzvahs. It gives a koyach to continue, to our children, to our families, to Klal Yisrael. How does that go together with saying it in a time of a churban, of galus? The 3 weeks are not usually remembered in a good tone with the rest of the Jewish people. So the Rebbe says, maybe because we need a chizuk during the 3 weeks. So therefore we should say chazak, we should finish the Torah to give us chizuk in the 3 weeks. But the Rebbe says, no, that's not possible. That's not a good answer because the Shabbos itself, the name of the Shabbos itself is chazak. That means the Shabbos itself is chazak. That the Shabbos has nothing to do with 3 weeks. The Shabbos itself emanates a whole notion of chazaka, of simcha, of inyan of chizuk. We have to understand how come there's an inyan of chazaka during the 3 weeks. And the Rebbe says chazaka is 3. We know chazaka is 3. 3 is a chazaka, inyan of koyach, of nisinas koyach, even when there is opposition. 1 is only good. 2 is already machloikes. There's already 2 sides. 2 Jews, 3 opinions. There's machloikes. 3 comes and 3 defeats. And you know machloikes, it makes the 2 compromise and makes shalom between the Yavah Shlishi v'Yachriya b'Neim. So Shalosh 3, and inyan of chazaka is inyan of shalom, inyan that makes peace, inyan that brings back together 2 opposites. And therefore this is emphasized in Matos.M. Matos is Vayidaber Hashem of Bnei Yisrael. This is coming from above, from Hashem. The inyan of Matos, the Rebbe says, I'm sorry, let's backtrack. Another point the Rebbe says, the inyan of chazaka should not be for Mas'eh. We always finish with Mas'eh. We never finish with Matos. Some years we add Matos, but we finish with Matos. Sefer Dvarim. How come? Yeah. And the Rebbe says, chazaka should be, l'chaira, should more be shayach to inyan of Matos. Matos is a staff. The Rebbe says simply, when you see a staff, a stick, hard, something that shows on strength, on koyach, rather than masay, traveling, the travelings of the Yidden, where we know if somebody travels from here and there, it always weakens the person, so much so that Hashem needed to give Avraham Avinu a special bracha that when you travel, you should not miss out, you should not lose on everything else that you have. So Masay shows a weakness, in fact. So the Rebbe says, how does Masay, we say chazak after Masay?
Instability, right? Lack of stability.
Lack of stability, exactly. That's what the Rebbe says, exactly. Continuation of movement always shows an instability. So the Rebbe says we have to explain this. How come we always say chazak, 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 and chazak after Masay? So the Rebbe says, 1 is like we said before, 2 is when we have a division, 1 is all kedusha, all good, 2 is already division, 3 comes and 3 is a higher power than both of them, therefore he brings the 2 of them back together. So the Rebbe says, this is why Matos was from above, from Hashem, as we see the parsha starts with Vayidaber Hashem. Maseh is Ele Maseh Bnei Israel. We see that the second, number 2, is represented by Bnei Israel, that it's coming from Lamata, goes to Lamala. First one is Milamala Lamata. The second one is Ele Maseh Bnei Israel, the travelings of the Yidden, where the Yidden themselves work. They do the avodah is mitzad the Yidden, not mitzad Hashem, not Vayidaber Hashem. It starts from Ele Maseh Bnei Israel. The work is coming Milamata. So the Rebbe says, therefore, as a bigger chizuk to that, when you see the avodah is coming mitzad the Bnei Israel themselves, it will endure much more. When the koyach is coming milamala from Hashem himself, it's a higher koyach, but it will not endure because the tachta and the mata is not a keli. For the oyer is bligvul. The other side, when it's milamata, it will endure longer. It will be much more effective because the avodah is of the Yidden themselves. They're working on it. But unfortunately, it will also not endure because it's limited. It's mukbal. It's a koyach adam. It's not the koyach of the Eibishter. The Rebbe says the shleimus of everything is when they both come together. You have the toikef of the Eibishter, which is milamala, and you make the mata. You make the Bnei Yisrael themselves a keli for this gilui, and then you have the shleimus. And you have number 3, which shows be'oifen kavua v'nitzchi. As the Rebbe says, the words be'oifen kavua v'nitzchi. And the shleimus of all that is Matos.M. says we see the chibur of the 2 parshas in the aliyah of the 4th aliyah. The 4th aliyah, Revi, is when both of them connect together, and Revi 4 is even higher than 3 because 3 connects 2. 3 is shayach to 1 and 2. So the third koyach that comes together and connects to 2, even though it's higher and it connects it to, it does an unbelievable job connecting both sides together. Now there's harmony, there's peace, but still it's not as high as 4. 4 is like the Rebbe gives an example of a table that sits on 4, better than a table that sits on 3. So we see number 4 is connected, it's a higher connection to nitzchius, to kvius. And then the Rebbe says number 5. Because Shabbos by Mincha we're going to read Dvarim. Dvarim is 5. So we see these numbers coming dafka in the middle of the 3 weeks. Dafka in the time when of a churban, of sorrow, of grief to the Jewish people, all throughout generations. The Rebbe changes everything. The Sikhan says this generation is totally different. That this is the first time when we see that the toikif, all the whole strength and choizek and stability of the Geula, Mitzvah Shlema, is emphasized in these numbers 3, 4, 5. Dafka in the 3 weeks. We're reading Dvarim. Dvarim is the fifth book. Also in the Chodesh HaChamishi, in the 5th month. Av, Tammuz, Av. All these numbers are not just by a coincidence. They're coming in all of a sudden from nowhere, like 3, 4, 5. Like no, the Rebbe says that Hashem arranged all this in order to show the Yidden the clear message that this is the Geula Shlishis. This is the 3rd Geula. We had the 1st, we had the 2nd. Now this is going to be the 3rd. In the 3 weeks, and the Geula itself is the 3rd Geula is for the Beis Hamikdash HaShlishi. The whole inyan of the 3 weeks of the Churban is in order to build the Beis Hamikdash HaShlishi, in order to build the 3rd Beis Hamikdash. Then everybody goes into the whole explanation why the 1st and the 2nd did not endure. The first one was again the Gilu was Milamala. The second one was 10 years longer because it was Milamata. It lasted longer, but still had to be destroyed because it's human hands, human work. But then the 3rd one, the Rebbe says, will be Ve'efen Kavua V'nitzchi, and the Rebbe says Neshamus V'gufim, souls in bodies, going straight into Geula. And the Rebbe says something amazing. The Rebbe says that the Midrash says that as soon as the Yidden left and they put their feet on the ground, when they left Egypt, they put their feet on dry land, they could have entered Eretz Israel and be there forever, and there wouldn't be any Churban whatsoever. So this is a kasaka daitach, like this is a havamina in the Gemara. It didn't really happen. The Rebbe says even a kasaka daitach in the Gemara is emes, is everlasting, is nitzchi, and for sure it happened. Even though the Torah says no, it didn't happen. But an opinion, something, anything in the Torah is forever. So therefore, the Rebbe says that saying that there wouldn't have been any churban, any destruction for the Beis Hamikdash, still is in strength, full strength, and there is no churban, there is no destruction for the Beis Hamikdash whatsoever. The Rebbe says for the first one was never destroyed. According to the Torah, this Hava Mina in the Gemara, since it's part of the Torah, it holds full strength. In other words, there's no churban. That Beis Hamikdash is still there. Nitzchi. The only thing is it's in Ruchnius. The Rebbe says that's the whole mile of the Beis Hamikdash Shlishi, that he will take the highest level of the Beis Hamikdash was never destroyed, bring it down to this physical world, and make it connect, make the two connect. As we mentioned before, the number 4 and 5. So the Rebbe now speaks about 5, how this is a level which is totally way and beyond all the levels we spoke about, and this is connected to Gulam Tisra Shlema, Chamishis Laparai, totally infinite, Bli Gvul and Soif. And all these will bring us now very imminently to the Gulam Tisra Shlema. Then the Rebbe speaks about Aaron Elkayam. We know, the Rebbe says, we see something about Aaron Elkayam that we never saw on anyone in the Torah, not even the Avos, not even the fathers, not even Moshe Rabbeinu, none of the biggest tzaddikim, none. About Aaron Elkayam, it says that in the first of the month, he passed away. The Torah gives the date of Aaron Elkayam when he passed away. The only one the Torah mentions the date of his passing. The Rebbe says why? The Avos Israel, the Aaron Elkayam had, and we could see it expressed in the clouds. In the schus of Miriam, we had the water. In the schus of Moshe Rabbeinu, we had the man, and both of them were in a limited form. In other words, the water was not limited, but came to each one individual. The man was limited, according to the amount of number of members in the family. But the clouds, totally infinite, covered the whole nation, all the Yidden b'shaveh, equally. Much bigger and more awesome and emphasizing than Miriam and Moshe Rabbeinu was Aaron Elkayam.
Why?
Because of his Avos Israel. And we see when he passed away, not only the men cried, but also it says, Kol Beis Israel, all the women cried. Everyone cried. The mourning was much heavier than was in Moshe Rabbeinu's time. And because of the loss, Aaron Elkayam was such a man that knew everyone in your family, by name, by nature, by creek, by religion. He knew your aunts, your nieces, your nephews. He knew how they're doing now and how they did before. His Avos Israel went to no bounds. It's unbelievable. He was not only Ohev Shalom, but Roidev Shalom. And the Rebbe goes into saying, and this is really the message, that Aaron Elkayam was, you see it by his name, Aleph, Hey, Resh, Nun. The Rebbe says Aleph is Ava, Aleph, Hey, and then the Resh is Rabbah. Great, immense love to every Jew. And then the Nun goes down below the line. The Rebbe says, there's letters that are in the line, above the line and below. Below shows on the Yidden that are totally distant, far away. Even to them, Aaron Elkayam reached out in a personal fashion. He knew everyone, and he loved everyone to the utmost equally, just like he loved the higher, bigger Yidden. It didn't matter. So that's the Nun. So the Rebbe says, from all this, we see a foretaste, a te'ima of the Avos Israel that's going to be, when Mashiach comes, the Rebbe says, that the Avos Israel we're going to experience is like similar to what Aaron Elkayam experienced. Loved everyone, literally, but equally, just as much. And this thing about Avos Israel, the Rebbe says, is not because to fix the cause for Galus, Sinas Chinam. So now we should have Avas Chinam. We should have love with no reason. For no reason, just to love a Yid. The Rebbe says, we're past that already. We're past that.
No, we didn't.
Huh?
Last
We're past fixing the Galus for that reason. Sinas Chinam. So now we have Avas Chinam. The Rebbe says, we're past that stage. We're now at a stage where we're actually tasting. It's a foretaste of what's going to be.
That's what you meant.
Yeah, that's what he meant, Mustava. It's just a foretaste of what's going to be. That not just Avas Chinam, that's for sure you have to have for every Jew. You have to love every Jew for no reason. Just because you have to love him. That's it. That's already, now you have to go past that and to see that you have to love him because his yechida, the Rebbe says, the mention is over there, the level of yechida in his neshama, that he has a neshama and he's equal to you and he's equal to everyone else. Mitzad his Rebbe says yechida. Mitzad the fact that he's Jewish. Mitzad the fact not just that you have to love him because you have to love him. That's beyond that. Beyond that. It has to be expressed in the way that you reach out to him, the way you treat him, the way you talk to him, the way everything you do. So the Avas Yisrael, it's not because of the qualities of the person or not the qualities, whatever he has, whatever he's missing, just because he's a Yid and he has a neshama and he's equal to you. Because in the Geula Shlema, everything will be that way. Everybody will be equal. It's not going to be anybody lower or higher. So the Rebbe finishes off by saying we have to make siyumim in the 9 days, and we have to bring everyone to the siyum, even little kids, just like by Pesach. We bring the little kids to hear siyum. Have to bring as many people as possible, the little ones as well. And the Rebbe compares it to the siyumim in Pesach. We make it Erev Pesach, and the Rebbe says this is a achana for Geulas Mitzrayim, and this is a achana for Geulas Mitzrayim. They're equal in the fact that we're going to mamash see the Geula.
What's the meaning of completing consecutive Gemara in the 9 days?
Huh?
What's the meaning of completing consecutive Gemara in the 9 days? And what's the reason?
To make simcha, to make this, it's a inyan of simcha for Torah, that we are not mourning, we're actually showing opposite of mourning, where the Torah makes a person happy, the mitzvahs make a person happy. This is what I'm trying to emphasize, the simcha during those days, rather than chas v'shalom opposite.
Even there are other things, right? Like for example, like if you had a baby boy, you had a bris through the 9 days, that person can even take a haircut.
Sure.
The father, I think, can take a haircut.
As far as I know, yes.
Huh?
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah.
During the 9 days, there's more chumras, but that's a shayla for.
Also with the mitzvah. Also.
If you go according to the sikha, you don't want to. You're asking the wrong guy. Because if you go according to the sikha, then I go according to the sikha, where it says in Pashas Chayei, where the Rebbe says all the morning practices were done. So you're asking me, I'm going according to this footnote. But you're asking Rav, then the Rav will probably permit a father on the day of the bris.
I prefer to ask a Rav.
Yeah,
I'm sure the Sikha would not disagree with any Rav.
Right.
Well, it's halach that if the father has a bris, if the father's son has a bris that day, he can take a haircut.
But Mashiach's coming very soon. We have to already have to know that we can't just focus on the morning. We have to change the nichnas av mimatz v'sim kach mishenichnas adar magim v'simcha. Now, when it comes to av, we tell you what to do or what you can't do, and that's it. And the rest has to be happy. But when it comes to adar, the Rabbanim don't say how to be happy because it's believable. You just have to. And in av, you have to be happy that Mashiach's also coming.
Yeah, Rebbe explained that saying. That they're connected. That Adar is mehapech all the inyanim of Av. Adar took care of Av. Whatever morning you had, whatever sadness and whatever morning you had to have an Av, Adar was mehapech all these inyanim. That's why they put them both in the same sentence. The Rebbe says, not because they want to, because if not, the pshat would be that you have to not to be so much b'simcha on Adar also. That's why they're putting together in sentence. So the Rebbe says, Chas v'shalom, that people should think that. People think that. That's a pshat. You should be happy, but the reason Av is there with Adar because don't be so happy. That's not the pshat. The Rebbe says, God forbid. At any rate, the Rebbe says to give more tzedakah, make more siyumim, and to be like Aaron Elkayam, and to be mefarsim this hera, this directive, that people should be havem talmidav shel Aaron Elkayam, ev shalom roidev shalom. You should chase, not only love peace, but chase peace. Make peace between people. And like Rashi says, that anyone who does that tries to make peace, wherever he really works on it, he will not see bad in his life. There'll never come any, God forbid, anything bad on him or his family, whatever. Chazakah shelot v'eu puranis, Rashi says.
Wow.
Nothing bad can happen to a person like this. So the Rebbe says, mitalmidav, his students, plural, not singular form, but plural, to emphasize that not just one, suffice with one or two, but make as many as you can and publicize this directive as much as you can, the Rebbe says.
Wow.
Especially in our time right now, and especially when we have to have a foretaste of this coming of Mashiach. Yechi Adonenu Moren Rabbeinu Melech HaMashiach Leilam Vayed. Alright, thank you for surviving this year. We should all thank the Rabbi Shai Miyara for providing us with all these goods. Hashem should bless him. Hashem have everything he needs. Him and his family b'toch Klal Yisrael.